Good morning, guys. It's about 7 o'clock or a little before 7. I have most of the family out here with me because it's supposed to be raining all day today, and it's been raining for the past few days off and on, but I don't want my tomatoes to split. There's a lot of tomatoes out here that are ready. And then I also yesterday took out all of my pumpkin vines and all of my winter squash vines, and so these are all my winter squashes and my pumpkins. So I have my husband out here with me, so we need to transfer them. We need to transfer them, so I guess you can fill up that basket and bring it to the front. And I replanted all my pumpkins. We still have some of my pumpkins will probably be right on the verge of when our first frost comes, which is the beginning of November. But then we do have, there's like one pumpkin, one spaghetti squash, and one blue Hubbard squash that all have holes in it, and so I put those there. We're gonna feed those to the pigs. I didn't replant my winter squash bed yet, but I did go ahead and replant my pumpkin bed. Some of the spots in the pumpkin bed I did already have transplants, and so I transplanted them.
Let me get the small one over there. Where you want these at the front?
At the front of the garden, so we could bring it in. Anaya was inside of the hoop house harvesting tomatoes, and another thing I did yesterday, really quick before it got night or dark, was I did have some cucumber seedlings that I transplanted out here. So some of my cucumbers I had started from seeds, and I transplanted them, and then some I just planted from seed. But you can see I moved those. These I want to harvest because I have some miniature white cucumbers here that are ready. And then I replanted the Expedition, but I didn't pull the vine, so we have to pull. Yeah, that's a big one that we have to pull off. And I replanted the Deli Star, but again, I didn't pull the vines yet. So that's what we're going to be working on over here. Yeah, you can put it in the basket.
A baby cucumber up there.
Yeah, you can get that one as well, because we're taking all the cucumbers off.
This one has ice.
So at this point, I'm removing all the cucumbers, and we'll wait for a second round of cucumbers. So you can get every cucumber you see now. That has a hole in it, so we'll give to the pigs.
A big cucumber right there.
Oops. So after I'm getting all the cucumbers off, I'm just pulling all the vines, because we're going to be discarding all of this. And then we'll replant all of this.
Mommy, it looks like there's a cucumber right there.
Yeah, get it. Yes. No, if it's red at the bottom. Look how pretty these sunflowers are. And my hot biscuit amaranth, the only one I got. But I think over there is the tallest sunflower I've ever grown in my life. I wasn't even trying. I was just trying to lift this up and it broke off. So I'm gonna assume that this cantaloupe is ready. You smell it?
Mm-hmm. It smells good.
It does. It smells good. Here. We'll put that in the basket.
Where's the basket?
I don't know. What did you do with the basket? We have 2 over here. I was just trying to see. I was just trying to lift it and then it just broke off. But it came off pretty easy, so I'm assuming that one's ready. This one still seems pretty sturdy. So I'm gonna leave that one there. What I was really coming on over here is to check on my trombonzinos. I was leaving them to turn hard because you can use trombonzino as a winter squash or a summer squash, and I had left them to dry up. You can see where this has changed color and it's getting the hard skin. But I would not be able to harvest this because that's really, really tough. I need my scissors. Nail bought me some clampers, so now I'm gonna cut this and then you see if you can get it, okay? Right there. Can you get it now? You can pull it off.
Pull it off?
Yeah, I cut it. Can you get it?
Just need to move that.
Ooh, there you go. Good job.
Hey, this is heavy.
Wow, that is really heavy.
What's this? Look where I got the ones up.
I keep saying that like this is the biggest harvest, but I definitely think this is the biggest harvest just because winter squash weighs a lot. So we cleared all the cucumbers, I replanted those, cleared all of the pumpkins and winter squashes. I did replant the pumpkins yesterday. I didn't replant the winter squash, but my husband's cleaning up the bed for me so I could that's called the Blue Hubbard. It's like a pumpkin, it's a winter squash. And then these are all of the tomatoes my girls are getting. Some of them not fully ripe. We're not getting them fully ripe because the rain is just making them split and turn nasty. So for the most part, we're just picking them under ripe and letting them ripe inside the house. This orange peach has been really cool. It's really fuzzy. I don't know if you can tell, like a peach, but it's a tomato. So we're at this area right here where last year I had trombonzino squash. And so this is a volunteer trombonzino squash. I actually replanted this bed with raspberries. And I tried to do strawberries, but the trombonzino squash grew. And I was trying to let it grow because I had trouble growing my cucuzzi squash. And so I was hoping that it was going to grow into a cucuzzi squash, and it didn't. But I will say that this trombonzino has been more prolific than the trombonzino I planted. I'm already probably I'm definitely going to get more than 10 trombonzinos, and they were way bigger than the ones that I actually planted. So my husband, now that I know it's a trombonzino and I was just waiting for it to have all of its fruit, I'm going to remove it so that my raspberries and whatever strawberries are left can actually breathe. And right now we're just throwing all of the winter squashes and pumpkin debris and even the weeds over the fence right now. This is still our property, but I'm just throwing it over the fence. And we're going to collect all of these winter squash and bring them up to the front. So this harvest has definitely turned into way bigger than I was expecting with all of these winter squashes. Did you cut it?
Grab it. That's what's stuck.
It's stuck?
And there's a pile.
That is a spider. Don't hurt. Don't get it.
Don't get wet.
The spider.
Spider.
Most of these have already started to turn hard, but some of them are soft. Okay, the last 3.
Yeah, that one right there is yeah.
Good job now. Bring it over here.
A big class.
Good job. Oh, it's so heavy. That one actually has a hole in it. So we'll give this to the pigs right away. That one's good, so you could put it... Is that a hole?
Ouch.
Yep. So, hey, now you can start bringing these up to the front.
Mommy,
Yeah.
are these strawberry, please?
They're raspberry. It's raspberry. I don't really see. I see a couple strawberry. You see the red raspberry right there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I eat it?
You can. Yep.
A little raspberry.
It is a little raspberry. It looks so good cleaning up this space. Now that we can actually see over here. Thinking about getting the black plastic out and covering this area. Well, really that bed, because that's where we harvested potatoes from. And although we have more potatoes in the ground, they're not growing right now because they're not sprouted and because it's too hot. And covering this bed because it's the same thing. Weeds are growing and not the potatoes.
It's actually, yes, that strawberry, that raspberry is yummy.
It was yummy.
Yeah.
That's good.
And it's sweet.
Let's bring those squashes up to the front now.
Okay.
What Nehemiah is doing is getting all the tomatoes that split, turn mushy, or bad because they're on the vine just tricking us. And we'll give those to the pigs as well. Our pile is just getting bigger and bigger. I've literally never harvested winter squash in June. The end of June, really.
There's some more chocolates up there.
Well, don't throw them because I don't want them to bust open. You can go give those to drop it to the pigs. Thank you. These Blue Hubbards no, this wasn't a Blue Hubbard. This was something with a J, but I harvested these yesterday. So these are a part of our winter squash harvest. That's amazing. With the other tomatoes up there.
Are these good?
Yeah, those are good. Can you pick the cherries that are right there? The red cherries? The red and the orange small ones?
Over here?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you see all these red and orange ones?
Yeah.
And, well, that one's not good, but yeah, all the red. That one's not. Any red and orange ones that you see that are good.
Those ones are bad.
Yep. But there's some on the other side that are not bad.
Wait. Oh, I think I see one. Let me try to do this.
This is actually my dwarf tomatoes in the in-ground bed. I didn't know what they were going to look like, but... And I didn't see the type. Once we lay down this last plastic, think that's everything that I wanted to do in the garden. Come on, Nia. So now that we have this bed covered to kill the weeds, and then we're going to cover this next bed. And I'm not going to take it off until probably about, I want to leave it on until August or September. We'll see. And then take it off, and maybe the potatoes will start growing, or I could just probably leave it on throughout the rest of the season. We shall see, but we'll cover it to stop the weeds from growing.